Hello and welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your reader, the Gemstar, and this is the weekly tea. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. For your own personal private readings with the Gemstar, visit our website at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site in the description box below. Now, let's have a sip of the weekly tea together. Hello and welcome back to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader the Gemstar, and I'm back to spill your weekly tea, my fabulous twins. Welcome back, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for supporting KMT and your girl, the Gemstar. We thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Let's see what is going on this week ahead for the fabulous twins, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemmies, what's going on this week? Oh, you have the Emperor energy, the Five of Swords so far. You can be dealing with an Aries this week, or people of authority, or you yourself are stepping into your power this week, and it's causing a little chaos. Let's see what is going on. We have the Chariot reverse, the Ace of Pentacles reverse. We're not willing to start something here this week, my fabulous twins. Okay, King of Cups is showing up in your reading this week. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. We have someone here thinking fairly, trying to make a fair and just decision this week. Someone here not making an investment, not willing to make an investment this week. Maybe someone here this week, Geminis, doesn't want to invest in something emotionally. It may be you not wanting to move forward with a connection or not wanting to move forward with someone this week. We also have the energy of Temperance. I love it. Bringing balance into a situation, fairness into a situation, deciding not to invest in something emotionally this week, Geminis, could bring you peace and balance and stability. Yes, Ace of Wands. Okay, so you have the energies of Sagittarius. You also have the energies of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Cancer, definitely. You also have earth signs where things may be rocky, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So we have all the elements here. So you can be dealing with any sign this week, but you're definitely making a new start. Okay, so deciding not to move forward with something this week, Geminis, can also lead you into a new direction and towards a new possibility elsewhere. Let's get a message from Spirit this week. Oh, for my Geminis, letting go, confirmation. Definitely, we said it. You're not moving forward with something. You're letting go of something this week in order to take up a new opportunity or to go in a new direction because you no longer want to make forward progress or movement with someone else or other people or a situation this week. Let's get into this tea. You have the Emperor, the Five of Swords, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands with the message and the oracle from Spirit of letting go. My fabulous twins, We begin with the Emperor in your reading. This is a dominated, controlling, and rigid energy, a rigid individual, someone who wants things their way. You may be dealing with an Aries or people of position and authority this week, bosses who are very controlling and dominating and want things their way. Be careful that this doesn't cause a confrontation or argument this week because things won't turn out well. So try to avoid arguments and confrontations this week because it won't end up victorious. Okay, there's gonna be a loss here and a stop, no forward movement with someone because they want things their way. And someone here needs to be more flexible with this temperance energy coming in. So you're dealing with people who have their boundaries, who have their rules, and who have structure. This can be your energy this week, Geminis, where you can come off dominating, controlling, inflexible, wanting things your way. So you got to be careful with this energy, whether it's yours or someone else's, because it's going to cause problems, it's going to cause a confrontation, it's going to cause a fight, an argument, and it's not going to end well. Things won't be able to grow, move forward. This will be a complete stop to a situation or to a connection, a relationship, a partnership, because people are being inflexible. They're not willing to compromise. They can't work together well. So we got to be very careful this week with this energy, Geminis, okay? It's cool to have your boundaries, but you also have to be able to work with others. So leading with logic and the emotions are checked out because the temperance is the one that's bringing the emotions. It's at this end. And so you need fairness in this situation because you're dealing with egos this week. You're dealing with battles of the egos, somebody wanting to win at all costs. You got to be careful with this energy, with this Five of Swords. You could have a water sign this week, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, where they want to win at all costs. And because of this energy, this relationship, this connection, this partnership cannot move forward because somebody wants things their way and they're not willing to compromise and they're not willing to be flexible. Also, there could be miscommunication and tension with this Five of Swords this week, Geminis. A situation where nobody is truly going to feel good afterwards, right? The Chariot reversed, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Coins reversed here. This is, and the Five of Swords, this is a nobody wins situation. People being stubborn, people standing their ground, people wanting to win at all costs, people not wanting to work together, to compromise, to listen to each other, just attack each other. It's not going to end well. Nobody's going to feel good about this afterwards because so many harsh, cruel, and painful things are going to be said and done while somebody is in their feelings here with this King of Cups. So somebody is in their feelings, in their head negatively and spewing cruelty out of their mouth, causing wounds that can be irreparable. So we got to watch out with this energy this week, my fabulous twins, because there's a situation where nobody's going to feel good afterwards because mean things are going to be said and done. People are hitting below the belt. People are being mean and cruel. People are being controlling and possessive, wanting things their way. And because of this, because of the battle of the egos, hurtful things are going to be said and done that cannot be taken back. It cannot be taken back. And nobody's going to feel good after this. So, back to the first message, try to avoid toxic people and toxic situations this week because there may be a clash with a boss, with a parent, with a manager, someone in a position of authority or status, okay, that is on a power trip or abusing their power or being mean and cruel. Avoid them at all costs. And if this is your boss this week, just don't respond, don't react to this, because it's just going to get worse. Okay, maybe somebody is trying to provoke because of the ego battle, so somebody may be trying to provoke you into a confrontation or an argument this week. Avoid it at all costs, Geminis. Okay, try to avoid this at all costs. All right, there's an energy of feeling stuck this week as well, Geminis. There's an energy of feeling stuck or someone trying to pull you away from something, or there's a lack of momentum, a slowing down in a situation, in a partnership, in a relationship, in a connection, feeling stuck, feeling something is not going anywhere because, people are being stubborn. And there's a situation that is not moving forward because of control issues. People are abusing their power. People are in their ego. People are in their feelings. And there is something that doesn't move forward because of this. It's causing a lot of conflict because people are not compromising. People are not seeing each other's point of view. People are not willing to walk in each other's shoes. People are not willing to listen to each other. This is this is a difficult week when it comes to communication and dealing with people with authority and power. It's important that you not get in your ego and you not react to this or allow yourself to get dragged into this, because there's not going to be any progress with someone who's inflexible, who just want things their way. They're not willing to work with you. And don't allow this to be your energy this week. Remember, letting go. Letting go. Okay? Water off a duck's back. This is not a time to get any revenge or to be difficult or to be inflexible. This is a week to try to keep the peace, okay? To try to stay out of arguments and confrontations and to stay away from toxic people that are on power trips this week. My fabulous twins, let's just get into this juicy tea this week for my Geminis, because I like that you end up this week with the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Batons. That's that fiery, new, inspired beginning, motivated to make a new start. But first, we got to definitely let go of something this week, Geminis. Gotta let go of something, because the narrative of the story going on in your tea this week is that a situation that begins with control, conflict, and stagnation, but ends with emotional maturity. Okay, it's gonna end with emotional maturity here, but it begins this week with control, conflict, and stagnation. I feel like this energy of the King of Cups, or more so the energy of the Temperance, keeping things in balance, not reacting, staying cool, calm, and collected. um Using the energy of alchemy, taking the good with the bad, not really reacting to this situation is going to help you out, my fabulous twins. You got to be the emotionally mature one when you're dealing with people that are in their ego and they are emotionally immature. Okay? But I see you guys having a passionate new beginning and healing. With the Temperance and the Ace of Wands, Geminis, this is going to lead to healing, to emotional maturity, to a passionate new beginning. I think you're going to surprise yourself at how well you're going to be able to deal with a difficult person this week, or a difficult group of people, or a difficult boss, a difficult partner or parent, someone of authority, someone older than you is really giving you a hard time this week. But I think you're going to surprise yourself at how you're going to be able to take the high road, how emotionally mature you're going to be in this situation, and how this is going to drive you to make a passionate new beginning. So, someone this week, Geminis, maybe a masculine, okay, maybe a masculine in your life, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, a husband, boss, someone here, a position, an authority, or someone who's very controlling and rigid. They don't have to be in a position of authority over you, but they can feel like that. They can come off like that. They can act like that. They're very controlling and they're very rigid. That's how you're going to know this person. And they're also emotionally closed off. They're not investing in you or in this connection. They don't invest in others because they're solely invested in themselves. All right, they're on an ego trip. They're only invested in themselves. They don't invest in others. So this week you're going to be dealing with someone like that, who may be, emotionally closed off. It may be a masculine or a female in their masculine energy, wanting to, get loud and confrontational, or hit below the belt, sabotage you, backstab you, gossip about you. So be aware and be cautious that there are people around you this week like that, but know that you're the mature one, you cool, calm, and collected. Um, you are going to be unbothered. I feel like your energy is going to be unbothered. You're going to be surprised at how well you're going to deal with this person who is on an ego trip, who wants to argue with you, who wants to cause confrontation, who wants progress to be stalled. Someone can be trying to sabotage you at work. Someone can be trying to gossip or backstab you so that you won't get a raise or a promotion. This can also be in your friendship circle, in your family circle, where someone doesn't want you to shine, rise, win, get ahead. And so they'll do whatever it takes to bring you down. They're backstabbing here. They're hitting below the belt. They're attacking because they don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to be victorious. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to be promoted. And that's the energy of the others around you at this time. But if you stay cool, calm, and collected, you show emotional maturity, you deal and handle the situation, okay, like a grown up, then you will be the one that's victorious at the end with this passionate new beginning. Because there's a lot of potential and opportunity for stability this week, Geminis, or commitment that was delayed or blocked um begins to move forward. Okay, so something that's delayed, a decision, a choice that you have been delaying, you will be able to finally make that move this week. When you see that people, you can't just deal with certain people, you can't work with certain people or person this week because they refuse to play fair. So you're like, hey, I'm going to check out. I'm going to start a new beginning elsewhere for some Geminis here because you want this healing. You want this healing, Geminis, this week. You want to restore balance in your life, balance in your connections. And if people are not willing to work with you, then you are willing to let it go and not move forward in a relationship, in a friendship, in a partnership, in a situation or connection this week. You're willing to drop it. You're willing to let it go if there's no forward movement, if you can't see a future, if you can't see a victory in this. Okay? If you can't see a positive outcome with a certain situation or with a person or with a group of people this week because they play dirty. and you want peace and harmony. So you're willing to let it go and start elsewhere. There's going to be a new spark in you, Geminis, this week, a renewed passion, and even a new chapter starting in your life. There's a breakdown happening this week, a letting go to lead to a breakthrough. So, first, you got to go through this breakdown that's happening this week, this battle of the egos, in order to realize that you can't move forward any longer with something, okay? You can't invest in something any longer, or in someone any longer, or even a group of people, or society, or a place of employment, a relationship, a connection, a family dynamic. You can no longer invest in, because these people don't play fair. They play dirty, they sabotage, they gossip, they lie, they treacherous. They're very treacherous. And you're looking for peace and harmony, Geminis. You want to balance out your life. You want healing in your life. You want peace in your life. And so you're letting go. After this breakdown happens, you're going to have this breakthrough. Geminis, we can also see a specific message for you, my fabulous twins. You will be breaking out of old patterns. We can see you breaking out of old patterns, breaking out of being rigid or stubborn or even self sabotaging in certain relationships and situations. We can also see that you confront situations head on, and we love that about Geminis. There's no BSing with Geminis. Straight to the point, very blunt. Okay, Geminis can cut off the emotions and come out very blunt, or make a decision and stick to it. So, Geminis, this week we can see that you're going to be moving into emotional balance and healing. Even a new creative or life direction is going to open up for you with strong momentum, a new project, a new spiritual energy as well. You can be feeling very spiritual this week, very grounded, very in touch with yourselves or in touch with nature, feeling like one with the universe, being on the right path, you making good decisions this week. But you are confronting things head on this week after a period of stagnation. There's going to be some emotional balance and healing occurring for Geminis this week. Those of you dealing with love and relationships, someone who has this stubborn attitude or is emotionally unavailable may be shifting this week into a more emotionally mature place. So, after conflict, for some Geminis, after conflict and stagnation, with the Emperor, with a male in their life, there could be healing, there could be a reconciliation. There could be, a calming down for some Geminis. But for other Geminis, you're going to start seeing situations as they are. You're going to see that in certain situations with certain people, places, and things, it's best to let go and start new elsewhere. Okay. Start this new passionate beginning. This is communication improving as well, as energy returning to you, um taking your power back with the Temperance and the Ace of Wands. We can feel you taking your power back, feeling good again in your body, in your energy. And so your energy is going to be rising. If you have been going through some ill health, we see that your health may be returning to you, or you yourself just may be feeling inspired, motivated, your energy returning by the end of this week, Geminis. There may be a reconciliation or a rekindling of a connection or relationship with someone that is going to be a new phase or a more passionate phase in a connection. So for some Geminis, after this breakdown, there's going to be a breakthrough in a relationship. After conflict, people are going to want to make peace, are going to want to either reconcile or rekindle a relationship and a connection. But for others of you, where someone refuses to invest or refuses to make any forward progress, then these relationships and situations must come to an end to restore your peace so that you can step into this new beginning. A situation that felt blocked or dominated by ego is going to be transforming this week into something emotionally balanced and renewed. There's going to be a revival for some Geminis, a passionate forward movement. But first, you got to have a breakdown. You have to let certain people, places, and things go so that you can heal and move forward passionately, making a new beginning. Let's get into your message of letting go. Geminis, letting go of a person or situation can be challenging at times. What's at stake is not just the relationship or situation, it's the attachment we had for it, the hopes, the dreams, the expectations. Many relationships end long past their natural ending point. One or both people hung on, hoping things would change. They invested so much time because without that person or job or relationship, their future loomed up as one big blank screen. For many, this is too scary to bear. However, this week, Geminis, by letting go, you create a space for a person or situation that will resonate with you where you are now. Start looking at your expectations, Geminis. Try not to have any this week. This will enable you to live in the moment and be mindful in the present. To be able to gracefully release from a situation is a lesson for all of us. Confirmation. You are going to release a person, place, or thing this week, as difficult as it may be, but it's going to allow you to start a new relationship, to take on a new opportunity, and to heal and move forward, Geminis. That has been your weekly tea. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao. It's your Rita the Gemstar. Thank you so much for stopping by, sipping some weekly tea with us. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site, in the description box below. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao.